All right, let's roll in. Number one on the list, the FIU Panthers. Florida International, Mike McIntyre, of course. Great year last year. I know they only won 4 games, but considering what this roster is, that was a pretty good season. Let's go ahead and bring it up on the screen so you can see what we're looking at. 4-8. They went 5-7 against the spread. Post-game win expectancy last year was 2.48 wins and 9.52 losses. They went 2-6 in the conference. Their projected record this year, just averaging out all the different people or all the different win probabilities, not averaging. What am I talking about? Adding up the win probabilities, 4.38 and 7.62. I don't feel as highly about them. You look at the numbers from last year. I mean, they were just not good, and they lost a lot of key guys. I know their returning production numbers look good. 44 or number 44 in the country, just over 66%, or just a touch less than 67%. That's number 2 in the conference. On offense, number 68 in returning production. Defense, number 56. This is adjusted returning production, so it accounts for transfers, etc. Let's start off with the offense. David Yost, the offensive coordinator, number 113 PPA per drive last year. They were not great at running the ball, number 108 rushing success rate, number 87 passing success rate, but they were explosive. So number 63 in explosive play rate there. You're losing Tyrese Chambers. You're losing Lexington Joseph, who tore his ACL. You got all kind of guys that you're not going to have this year. So that's definitely not good. They lost 50% around about of their offensive line snaps, 47% of their receiving targets, and 67% of their rushing yards last year. They were number 38 in rushing explosiveness last year. I don't think they're going to meet that this year. They took a lot of risks last year. Mike McIntyre understands what this team is, right? That's the biggest thing, is understanding that, hey, we don't have the best roster, so we're going to have to take risks in order to potentially win some games that we're not supposed to. They were number 22 in fourth down attempts per game. They lost their top 2 running backs, top 2 wide receivers, 3 of their top 5 offensive linemen. Grayson James, the quarterback, comes back, but I don't know how much to expect from him. You look at the defense. Lost 2 of their top 3 tacklers to transfer, their top defensive back and their top linebacker. They were number 56 in explosiveness allowed, but that was because teams didn't really have to try big plays against them, right? You look at it, number 115 in defensive PPA per drive allowed. They were number 116 in rushing success allowed, number 107 in passing success allowed. But they did pretty good at stopping the explosive play. As I said, I don't think that teams really had to try big plays on them. They could just methodically get down the field. The secondary was not great. Number 117 in passing down success, number 127 in passing down PPA. It's a little bit different than passing success rate, of course. Looking at this, they were number 4 in the country in luck rank last year, according to teamrankings.com. That includes turnover margin, the time that you get certain turnovers, other team missing field goals, other teams, not getting fourth downs, injury luck, all that kind of stuff just wrapped up into one little ball. And that's what you got. Was number 4 in the country in luck rank, and they still only went 4-8 last year. Again, post-game win expectancy said less than 2.5 wins. It was 2.48 wins. So looking at keys to the season here, they're projected favorites in 3 games. Their win total sits at 3. We're not even going to talk about their conference odds. They're sitting at plus 6,000 right now. Look, to go over the 3 is minus 140. To go under is plus 110. Let's look at these keys to the season again. Team had lost 18 of 19 before they hired McIntyre. They got a taste of winning last year. Their wins were by an average of 10.5 points. Their losses were by an average of 32.9. You could say that the wins were kind of fluky. They got 2 of them in overtime. The returning production numbers are confusing, right? They've got, a lot back, I guess, overall, but their key guys are gone. I trust McIntyre long-term, but this is a hard job, and the roster is still not good. I've got them winning against Maine, and I've got them beating UTEP at home. Other than that, this is a pretty tough schedule. I mean, you got to go to Arkansas, to Middle Tennessee, to Sam Houston. You got to play at UConn, at Louisiana Tech. I expect all those to be difficult. And then at home, you get Jacksonville State, who just got Zion Webb back. You got Western Kentucky at home. You got Liberty at home. You got North Texas at home. I don't see how they get there. Like, maybe you can get one more, maybe against Sam Houston, or maybe Middle Tennessee is dealing with some stuff. But either one of those is going to be on the road. So I'm going to go under the 3 here. I don't feel great about FIU this year, but definitely going to go under the 3 at plus 110 for Mike McIntyre's next year. I think he's building something, but it's not quite there yet. So yeah, 2-10 is my predicted record. The ceiling for him, maybe 6-6. Like, maybe Grayson James is that dude. But the floor is also really, really low. I've got him 1-11 as far as a floor goes, because at best you beat Maine, or I guess at worst you only beat Maine and then you lose to everybody else. It's going to be a long year. It's going to be a long year for Mike McIntyre and bunch. Thanks for listening to Winning Cures Everything. Make sure and follow me on Twitter at GaryWCE. If you want to toss in a question, you can email me, Gary@winningcureseverything.com. Make sure and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.